Welcome guys to the weekly markets analysis, and I'll try to provide you today some, as always, weekly insight on what's happening with the markets I'm trading actually, which includes forex, some indices, commodities, and BTC recently. So with those things said, let's go to the, as usual, EURUSD. And what we see here, this chart is actually interesting to me because I was thinking on the weekly closing below this zone here to get some bearish price action, but as far as I see, we have kind of a good reaction over this support level. So what I will be looking into, especially looking into stochastics, if they are to bounce of the neutral zone, they will have to do in next 1 or 2 weeks to maintain the bullishness of the EURUSD. And the fiber is still bullish for me. It's still in the uptrend. It didn't make a lower low on the macro, and as you can see, because this chart may be a little clouded, so what I'm looking at my indicators top of the range at 124.260, which is also confluent with the last top of this big range here. And I'm still looking this year for the price to reach this level and form a full range. And then what I'll be looking into, probably next year, breaking of this range to the upside. This is what what I would really love to see if I want to be bullish on it. Until then, our current trading range is between, let's say, 120 to 500-ish to 119. And what I will be looking into early this week, some pullback lower to scare the shit out of the people, and still getting this weekly closed above this weekly, which will confirm a bounce to me and will confirm the bullishness. Then what I'm looking into is breaching the weekly 21 EMA, reclaiming it, probably some retests, and then still climb up to the upside, which it has a high chance if I look at it. What about the daily? Last week price action was really interesting. So we managed to close the daily above this resistance level, but still, it closed in bearish dildo. So that's why I'm looking into more bearish price action starting the week, and then probably getting the price up to the top of the range. This is what I would really love to trade on EURUSD, and this is my main trading range. If this level gets broken and confirmed, so meaning, let's say on a daily at least, daily close and the follow through on it, then I have my next level around 116,450, which is last resort level if I want to remain bullish on this shitcoin. So far the situation is not so clear, but still looking good. Still no bearish case for this price action, and everything seems still fine to me, although a little scary. When it comes to GBPUSD, well, this is what we spoke about. This is the top of the range. Then we reached the lower level, bounced out of it. And what I'm looking into, still ranging in this zone, and then probably some downside if it doesn't break it over next few weeks. Then some downside to 21 EMA, even lower to 134. Although it still looks bullish. Everything is pointing up. No real divergences on the RSI. Stochastics are crossing down, but they are still in the bullish control zone and the critical zone also, so I'm not paying attention to them. What I'm looking for confirming a reversal will be stochastics crossing down like here below the critical zone, but still we can get a fake out on the support. So if I have those stochastics going down, probably weekly 21 EMA, even lower, wick down to 134-ish, and this is what I will be looking into. Daily seems good with the stochastics giving a bullish cross. Still didn't leave the critical zone, so I'm not really what to say. I'm not really I'm not really it's not really confirmed for me. Jesus Christ, I lost my mind. But this is kind of bullish thing. We are on 21 EMA, so what I'll be looking into starting next week, and my gameplay would be probably some more downside on the weekly opening and still reacting out of this 21 EMA and driving the price to 140, 42-ish, 141, 500. This will be a good target. As you can see, over last few months, actually half of a year almost, the daily 21 was providing a really nice support for the price action along with 55, and this is what I would be playing here on my account. We'll be buying the daily 21, managing it with 55, and that's the end of the story. If the price wants to go down, so meaning close in the follow through below this level of the daily, then the next level is pretty clear 133 along with the daily 200 EMA and SMA region. So this would be a really nice spot for me to buy, because I'm talking about only my actions on the market. Don't follow me and don't listen to my advices. Okay, it's not a financial advice though. So let's go to GBPJPY. The beast is feeling still fucking strong, and it's still morning. So nothing changed since last week. I'm still looking into reaching the top of the zone, probably 155 wick here, and then start ranging, because it's the top of the range, really hard resistance to break. So I don't expect it to be broken in 1 week. Probably it will take several months to break it. But so far, I would just follow, especially that, come back weekly. We have weekly stochastics in the bullish control zone, deep into bullish control zone, in the critical zone. They didn't actually. They show some kind of a cross, but they are not sloping to the downside. And for me, the confirmation would be leaving the critical zone here to give some information about potential pullback. Right now, it's still too early to say. They're a little overcooked. RSI is fucking crazy here. It just goes up, and what goes up must go down. So I still think about the 155, 380 as the top for the current price action, and then some retracements, probably some consolidation, maybe deeper, maybe even let's look at the daily, what daily will say. I think the next retracement maybe even to 140 to 300 ish. So, but so far still good. Everything seems fine. Stochastics up on a daily 21. So like on GBPUSD, it's still giving a really nice support for the price action, and while still holding. So probably first bounce of the daily 21 EMA, probably a little lower, 137, 370. Then buy and then hold to the top of the range. So this will be an easy play. So far it's too high for me to enter long, so probably I'll be scalping it on the lower time frames. And let's go to Australian dollar, US dollar. It's interesting. So we had this reaction 2 weeks ago, provided with the follow through, then some bounce over. It is like 14 simple and 9 simple here. Although the situation is still bullish, stochastics are going down, so providing some information about the sell power. They still look like they want to cruise up, so probably somewhere near the neutral zone would be a good buy. Although this top around 0.78, 79 even, it's kind of the top of the current range, as my indicator states. So I'll be really careful with longing, probably playing some range between here and 176 to 130. This is on the weekly. So for the daily, same chart as all the US dollar pairs. So kind of the retest of the 21 EMA after we reclaimed it. So probably at the beginning of the week, some more downside, but the stochastics were giving a really nice buy signal, so didn't leave the zone. So that would be a confirmation. But on the daily, it looks good, and it looks like it wants still to go at least to 179, 600-ish, in my personal opinion. So that's about Forex, and let's go to gold. And gold is fucking fantastic. I love gold. It's shiny, and it's beautiful. That's all the use cases I really care about. Gold has breached the main zone here, which I had as a support zone, but this was my next level to be buying it, and I bought it along with the 100 on the weekly 100 TMA. And what I'll be looking into, probably a trade up to 177.80. With a possible break of this region and an extension. So far, I need to treat it as the resistance 1780, which it is like main resistance. So I'm not planning on keeping the trade too long here. Though weekly stochastics seem to be resetting nice, and everything still looks bullish to me. So if you didn't buy it here, probably what may happen next week, but actually this daily close is kind of promising a big week to the downside, so probably some retracement and drive it to the upside on the lower time frames. Stochastics on the daily gave really nice buy signal and they left the critical zone. Do we have some kind of a divergence? No, we don't have a divergence on RSI, so this makes me a little cautious about this move, but still 1780 ish is a target for it. Then probably some more downside and fuckery, but still this level seems like good to hold, and especially when the price action breaks above this zone, which is thick on the daily. But let's say on a daily close and the follow through above the zone will indicate to me that the gold wants to go higher, and that's the end of the story on gold. It's still bullish. Really nothing to overly worry about here. But if we break the 100 EMA here on the weekly basis, I would be looking for the retracement further, even to 1460, with the first bounce probably around 1540, 50, somewhere along this level. Okay, so let's go with oil, and oil looks... Well, oil looks like oil. It wants to go to the moon. We were talking about this range and we reached the top of the range, so it's right now at the resistance. Probably some reaction out of it, especially looking at the oscillators, which are already kind of tired, like the weekly. So probably some reaction here, but I wouldn't be too bearish about it. And so far on the higher time frames, this is my major trading range. So if we break on the weekly this zone, I will be looking for the extension of this movement to 85-ish region. And that's probably all about the oil so far. I'm bullish on it, but we are at the resistance, so I need to respect it. Buying the daily 21 EMA and holding the trade over the last few months since November was kind of a good trading idea, and so far I will be still most likely following it. So what I will be expecting starting this week, probably some pullback, especially looking at the oscillators right now, to the daily 21 EMA, maybe even lower, but overall I still think it will try to bounce and play around this resistance. Although it's a tricky area for me to long here, so I'll be looking lower if I want to try for a breakout, but the safest buy would be if the oil gets into $58 region. That would be an excellent buy to me and trade worth effort. Okay, let's go to Dixie, not Dixie, but DAX, the Frankfurt, Germany exchange. And this looks interesting because we were talking about this resistance and tried multiple attempts on this one, scaring with the stochastics crossing down and some bearish price action, but overall we did break it. Hooray. So right now sky is the limit, and I don't have the targets to the upside because I'm not good in them. What I like to do, I like to go one more thing, RSI bouncing of the neutral zone and EMA, and also stochastics crossing back up and still being in the bullish control zone, in the critical zone, gives me more bullishness about this move. But let's go to daily, and how I would be trading it on daily. Well, this was a good opportunity here to buy the 21 or 55, a nice little consolidation before a breakout. Let's call it reaccumulation, and right now well, I'll be looking probably on some opportunities on the daily 21 EMA, probably a little lower because this motherfucker wants to wick down too often. So my usual plan with the blue sky breakouts or just situations like this is to go with the daily 21 EMA, manage it with 55, so close, and follow through below the 55 would be an indication to me that I want to change my bias for a moment. So far so good. Everything seems bullish, and it's really annoying. So yeah, those are the markets which I'm trading. And let's go to BTC, because everybody probably is waiting for it, as far as I saw from the statistics on the YouTube. Okay, guys. So here without levels, because I removed them. But so far, just looking at the EMAs, because we are in the general big fat ass uptrend, and nothing has changed so far. So as I said, I was bullish on it last week, and I'm still bullish, a little let's say jumpy, because we are breaching the all-time high. So right now it's really hard to pinpoint the potential targets for this movement. But as usual in this situation, just buying the daily 21 EMA and managing it with 55 paid its money. It's as long as we are closing above the zone of 21.55 on a daily, I'm remaining bullish on it. And what we observed last week was basically reclaiming the daily 21 EMA, and really nice signal to buy it around 48,000. So that's the additional benefit of using the higher time frames, because they will not cloud your mind as much as the lower ones. So far so good. 200 EMA and SMA sloping up, 100 sloping up, 55, 21, everything is sloping up, stochastic sloping up right now on a daily in a critical zone. And as you can see, they can remain here for a little while when the market is bullish, although the stochastics here gave a really nice buy signal. So one thing about the stochastics and any oscillators, if you are in the uptrend, just follow the bull signals, don't follow the bear signals, and on the opposite. But when I want to, let's say, confirm the retracement on a daily, it's really hard, because all the damage is mostly done when it's confirmed. But when stochastics are going to cross and they're heading down, indicating that they may leave the critical zone. So this is a warning signal to probably close longs or cover them in any way possible you can imagine. If we go just by levels, so the situation is pretty simple. We had an actual support coming here, so we didn't even reach the 40,000-ish level to retest the prior high. We broke, actually BTC broke, not we, this level, 58,000-ish, making a new all-time high, confirming the daily above this level. Probably the follow-through on today would indicate more price action to the upside. If not, well, we closed with the CME gap, so well, it can happen. I don't say it will happen. Probably some retracement even to 557,000 level, just a wick down, retest of the level, and then climb back up whenever it wants to go. Okay, so you can pinpoint your targets. I'm just managing it with EMAs, and what I really like to manage it with. Just trading. Okay, so here's my strategy, which I'm using mostly on such uptrends. I'm just buying the 3-hour or 4-hour 21 EMA, managing it with 55, and when I have a closure below the 55, well, I get out of my trade. So in last run, it would indicate the closure around 53,000 level. Coming from the earliest entry possible, it would be around 34,000-ish. First, like a big one, 38. So this is how I'm basically trying to get those movements when I don't have a target. So trading a bull market is kind of nice, although it's kind of hard to predict. When you have a range, it's better because you can predict certain levels, you can stick to certain levels. Here we have no levels at all, so the sky is the limit. We're going to the moon, baby, and this is what I can say about it. So well, BTC is bullish. Although one more thing, because this is what bothers my mind. We have a really nice like triangle-ish formation on the RSI, which I really like. And when I see something like this, it most likely indicates an explosive movement to the upside, which in this case, we didn't break this triangle yet. But when it's broken, probably the price action will explode. But then what happens is that those movements don't sustain too long. Okay, so if you go with the history of the BTC, let's go to 2017 fractal alert, and don't do such one-to-one analysis by yourself, and we'll just wait a little until the trading view unfreezes for me. I don't know why it's happening, probably overload of indicators. Yeah, that's funny. Okay, thank you once again. So let's go to 2017, and we had the similar pattern here. So we had kind of, do we have it here? Jesus, where is it? No, this was like kind of a wedge thing, but basically what we were doing and what we have right now, like triple touch bearish divergence, not confirmed, then the regular bearish divergence here, and then the usual dump of BTC around 40%. So we didn't have one right now yet, such a big one like in the old history. But because we didn't have it, it doesn't mean we will not have it. So I will be really careful with just, you know, like buying so high. Probably there will be some opportunities along the way to go into lower time frames and to trade it, or just catch some other trades. So far, we have triple bearish divergence, not confirmed yet. Daily did not close, and everything can change. Everything looks bullish so far. If we go by the weekly, if we close this weekly above this level, well, it will also be a good indication. Stochastics are still up, and as you can see, they're pointing upwards. They're still in the bullish control zone, though it still will be a case of a potential triple touch bearish divergence, and those play very nasty. So this is a really high region of the price action. I would love to be excited about the moon mission, but well, we didn't test the weekly 21 EMA here yet. We can test it when the price is like around $100,000, and it will be around $60,000. But still, no such test means to me that, yeah, this trend is really powerful, though some retracement will happen over time, and probably some nasty ones. So just be prepared. So far, enjoy the bullishness of this price action and dreams of Moon and the Mars. And I'll leave you with that. Thank you for watching this. Thank you for watching this weekly market analysis. I hope you really liked it and it helped your trading. And well, see you in the next video in 1 week. Take care.